Hi guys, Kevin here. Welcome back to another audiophile review. This time we are checking out OneOdio's professional monitoring headphones aimed towards audio engineers, musicians, DJ, and even audiophiles that love flat profiles so they can do some EQ tuning to fit particular set of genre songs. Now this babies right here is using the term monitoring, which I will explain in detail what it means when I cover the audio quality part in a later part of this video. This headphones right here is priced at USD $799, which is at the category of the mid-range, battling the likes of Audio-Technica ATH-M30X as well as the M40X. So it's going to be interesting because it packs a little bit of punch in terms of ergonomics, accessories, and yeah, stay tuned to the entire review, obviously. If you're interested to know its updated price and available discounts, you can always click the links down below in the video description. They will show you the generated discounted price or the updated price. The headphones is mostly plastic, thus it's lightweight and travel friendly. Weighing just under 325 grams without the cables attached, the headphone extends up to 3.5 cm each side, reinforced by metal bands. And it can take a lot of stretching. I mean, by just extending the ear cups itself, what I'm going to do is my favorite Kung Fu test. So stretching out like that. Sorry, my arms is a little bit injured, but you can see that I'm twisting it at an awkward angle. Less plastic crackling, rattling sound in my opinion. So yeah, you can see that it's built tough. Back to the review. The memory foam ear cups are thicker than the ones offered by Audio-Technica. This is great for a few reasons. Thicker padding provides more comfort and in theory better sound sealing, or in other words, passive sound isolation. It has a thickness of 2.2 cm with an opening of 5 cm diameter and a depth of 3 cm. The clamping pressure is good coming from a small Asian build of 175 cm tall. The ear cups can swivel 180 degrees sideways, bend inwards around 90 degrees and flip 180 degrees if you plan to listen one-sided. The left side input port is a 6.25mm female port, while the right side is the typical 3.5mm female port. You may use either port to share audio with another headphones. Good if you're watching movies with your loved one. I mean, Netflix and chill with your girlfriend sounds like a good yummy session. There is a soft carrying pouch for travel and storage purposes. The package comes included with 3 types of cable. A 120 cm long 4-pole to 3-pole 3.5mm cable with a microphone and a single button control. You can use this cable for your console gaming like Xbox, PlayStation, gaming console, Apple Macs, MacBooks, notebooks, desktop PC, if you're Windows-based, tablet, smartphone, you name it, whichever requires meeting, video calls, and voice messages, this would work. Next is the 300 cm long 3-pole to 3-pole 3.5mm cable. This is used mainly for media listening if you have a hardware that is distant, or like for example a desktop PC under your table and you need the cable length. This is a savior. Lastly, a 150 cm long 6.25mm 3-pole to 3.5mm 3-pole cable can be used bidirectional since the headphone has 2 different input ports, one on each ear cup. The cable is mainly used for audio mixing, creation like a mixer, a desktop level input, or hooking up to an audiophile amplifier and DAC for casual listening. This headphones right here uses a 50mm dynamic driver with an impedance of 38 ohms, meaning it can be easily driven by low power device like smartphone, tablets, notebook PC, those old ones, unlike the Mac ones, the M1 Max, they can power big heavy headphones. But don't worry, this is user friendly, it works with everything. In fact, this one also has high res certification, like they put the logo here very proudly, as well as this is a closed back headphone, so you don't hear much of the surrounding. Now going back to the term monitoring, what does monitoring mean? In layman's term, it's supposed to sound flat, meaning normally when you see audio charts, you hear the term V-shape or U-shape. This is meaning the bass, the mids, and the highs. Meaning the bass and the highs tend to be much more audibly louder than the mids. What flat nature does, or monitoring headphone do, is try to make it as flat as possible, making the highs and the bass to sound as close as possible audible level wise. This is important for 2 reasons. If you're an audiophile, you want to have that correct EQ tuning so you can listen to your specific genre of songs. The second is post-production for the music engineers. Imagine this, if you get like those Sony extra bass headphones, they are amazing, they are bass heavy, but when you go post-process, you may include too much bass or too little bass that your final music does not sound right. That's why audio engineers prefer flat headphones like that. They know how much bass to add, how much high to add before the driver comes distorted or the final file comes R2-D2 Terminator style. You wouldn't want that. Our test is based on the Samsung S20 Plus with around 60% output volume, with a USB Type-C DAC, with a copper colored ARC cable, with a drop THX AAA 789M to work it out. Starting with bass and vocals focus song, Tian Be Okay. Low bass packs power and a bit louder than the vocals, just a tiny hair bit. The vocals are crystal clear and not muffled. For Pia Mia Do It Again, normal bass packs power just slightly less compared to the ultra lows of the previous song. The vocals is super crystal clear. It feels nearly the same like the bass in terms of audible level. In fact, I can feel that in this song the vocals is much more pronounced. The bass fades with a short drag, underpowered, typical for a flat nature dynamic driver or aka monitoring headphones. Next, with instrumentals, Violander Raindrop. Piano and violin leans towards the crystal clear type with a hint of tiny warm, just the way I like it. The bass is a bit louder than the instrumentals in terms of audible level wise, but only at some parts. Most of it sounds kinda balanced. So let me summarize about the audio part. In terms of the flat nature of the headphones, it's not truly flat. It has a little bit of a bump like this. What I mean by that is the ultra lows and the lows where the bass category sits at is slightly more audible than the mids and the highs, which is fine. Now, a lot of people say, I want truly flat headphones. It's your opinion, it's fine, because for me, having a little bit more bass means if you post-process or EQ setting, you don't necessarily need to bump the low frequency gain too much. Unlike flat headphones where sometimes you put too much bass, then when you sample on smartphones or other IEMs or other headphones, then you say, oh no, I put too much bass, I had to go back into pros and tune down the bass by 3 decibels, 6 decibels. You know, there's different opinions right here. Give or take, you do what you guys like. But I'm saying right here, little bit of bass is fine. Next, ergonomics right here. Now, I'm Asian size. A white guy or black guy have like 1.5 times the skull size of mine. And a strong European Viking man with big neck and big skull, twice the skull size of mine. You can see that in terms of ergonomics, this can stretch out quite. And let me flip the headphones correctly. I mean, look how much space there is. So don't worry about the Europeans. You guys will do fine. Now, what I'm quite happy with OneOdio at this price point, matching the M30X and M40X, they provide the manual to show you in detail how you can hook up in detail, a variety way of hooking up all the cables, or even more cables than the bigger, more expensive brands. Which I think is bonus, considering if you guys who are mostly DJs or post-processing audio engineers, you know, consider this. So that's all I have on this review right here. Would I recommend these headphones? It's been a while since I reviewed a monitor headphones. I would say give them a shot. You know, give them a shot. Skip the M30s and M40s, give them a shot. If you really have the money, you can go like the M50s, but if you're starting out, try this baby right here. Links in the video description where you can get them, including the update price. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next review. Hopefully I recover by then. Bye bye.